It's your girl Robin.
And it's your boy Devon.
And welcome back to another episode Unfiltered with Robin and Devon, where we talk about any and everything, okay?
Except us, though.
Okay, because we're going to talk about it, okay? Well, you see, we have a new guest. So I'll let you introduce yourself. Have the honor.
Hi, y'all. My name is Kennedy Lester. Follow me on Ken's World _, and I like to be called Ken. If you know me, yep, that's me.
Ken for the win. Like, who don't know you? We're honored.
My God. Oh, that is so sweet, y'all. Don't do too much, y'all. I'm just a normal person.
Okay, y'all. So we don't waste no time at all. We get straight
into it.
I'm excited.
All right, first question.
Okay.
Is so we're diving into more of a relationship aspect.
Oh, period.
What is life like after the honeymoon stage?
I feel like that's big.
Like, it's cool. Like,
what? I feel like, why does the honeymoon stage have to end? Because, I mean, you go through ups and downs before you even, you know, y'all went through these talking stages, you know what I'm saying? So then, of course, when you like, can I be your girlfriend? Can I be your boyfriend? What are we together now? Honeymoon stage, what are we doing? Lovey-dovey? Wasn't that the talking stage?
But don't you think, like, how I thought about it is, like, don't you think, like, in a sense, the honeymoon stage is like a trap?
Yes, because it brings all the ooey gooey, like, you doing real good right now. We don't have no troubles. Let me stay on my P's and Q's. Let me take her out on the date, get her the flowers. And then probably, like, what, month 3?
Month 3.
It's always month 3 though.
I'm tired. This, that, and the third. Can we just chill at the crib? Chilling at the crib is fine because I'm a very simple girl myself. But you know, I love my flowers. You want to chill? Pull up with some flowers or something.
Right.
I don't care. You know, a date to me is like we can eat chicken wings in the car and to have a conversation. That's a date to me. Like I'm big on quality
like
time.
simple-minded,
right? Yeah.
Yeah, things can be simple.
Yeah, like I am simple.
I
Because
feel
you know all that money that y'all be doing on this extravagant stuff.
True.
It's not needed.
We need to be saving that money because we got to build together.
Ooh.
Right?
You know.
I feel like the whole like honeymoon phase, as people call it, I feel like it's honestly a trap for like people to get what they want.
Of course.
Like I feel like. I mean, I'm sure, like, y'all can probably relate. Like, people just get comfortable. Like, we in a relationship, we get with this person. So, okay, I know you. I'm starting to feel you out. I know kind of the things you like, but now I'm comfortable because... But no, baby, what we got to understand is you can always grow. I feel like the thing with the relationship is, like, the thing is to grow with that person. You never stop growing. I don't care if you've been with that person for 50 years. I've seen people who've been married decades, and they say, we're always growing. You never stop dating. Even if you're married, you never stop dating. That's the thing.
Don't stop dating me. Like, just because you got me, you got to keep me.
Okay?
And it's not hard to keep me. Just don't switch up on me either.
Okay?
Like, I feel like it's not hard dating a person if you want to know them. It's really not. Like, you get to know this person. You want to know this person. Not like, I feel like I have to. I want you to want me. I want you to want to date me.
If they wanted to, they would.
If they wanted to, they
would.
It's so simple, but it's so big. Like, if you wanted to, you would. And if you don't want to, if you're not going to do it, somebody else going to do it.
I think
and that's just that simple.
Though. I feel like it's just like, I feel like people get in their head, it's like, oh, dang, I'm with this person for the rest of my life. Am I ready to commit? It's like questions.
Commitment is scary, but it's only scary, I feel like, when you've gone through the worst multiple times with people. So that definitely scares you to be committed with the right person. I literally was just on TikTok and I heard this lady say today, it is so much harder to date someone who is real rather than dating someone who is not. Because when you dating somebody real, that person is going to want you to grow as a person, stand 10 toes down behind you. They're going to nurture you. They're going to push you. And being pushed by somebody is hard because it's a scary thing because you're growing. Growth is scary itself.
Growth is scary.
So it's always easier to date the person like, what are you doing? Why are you doing this with this girl? Why are you doing that? But why do we get attracted to that? Like, being single, I've had my fair share of us, but my thing is, I've learned so much about myself and from my friends at that too. Like, don't get me wrong, I communicate with people, but there's nothing like learning yourself and bettering yourself before you get in a relationship with somebody, because when you take a toll on somebody when you take your trauma with them, because now they're not only dealing with you, they're dealing with your trauma.
Man, I feel like so many people in this generation just bring trauma. But at the same time, like, I'm not going to necessarily say, like, oh, since you brought this trauma, like, it's your fault. Like, a lot of times, and I can say especially what I've seen with, like, say, for example, like, black men, like, they don't know how to handle that trauma. The stuff that they've been through, they maybe not have been in the space where they can talk about it. Even women, we might have not been in that space where we've been able to express ourselves, so we might be bringing trauma and baggage that we just unaware of.
But I feel like some people also use it as leverage and think it's like a cool thing, and it boosts up their ego, where they be like, oh yeah, I'm from quote unquote Detroit or Miami, and they use it as their upbringing, and they always use it as their trauma, and they always use it as, oh, I've been through this, do you want to stay there forever? Or like,
True.
Because it's like, it's the same thing over and over again. Yeah, I came from this, I came from that, but where's your path? Where's your growth?
Yeah. And diving into that, I'm going to just say this. Okay, because I always say, I'm always very transparent. I grew up with a decent upbringing. I'll never like fake like, oh, I had a hard life, da-da-da. I'll say I'm blessed. I'm going to say I'm blessed nonetheless. But
ooh, I like that.
Blessed nonetheless. Yeah, I never appreciated the fact, like, okay, at the end of the day, appreciate where you came from. If you came from hard times, own that. Like, that's cool. But don't try to make me feel like I'm bad because I didn't come from a bad place. I'm just saying. I never appreciated that, because people be like, oh, well, I'm from the trenches. I'm from...
Okay.
Weird flex, but okay. I'm just saying, like, don't try to make me like. It's just like talking about, oh, well, you was silver spoon fed.
Actually, but what a flex is, speaking of the trenches, getting out.
We getting out of it.
That is a flex.
Yeah.
But throwing it in.
But use it in the right context.
Like, I get that.
You from there, like, use that as leverage. Okay, well, I made it out. This is where I came from. Yeah. But, don't look at somebody else for what they have and be like, oh, well, since you might have had quote-unquote better than me. But nobody's better than you. You know what I'm saying? We all come from different experiences, what we use with those experiences. Because I could come from a good upbringing and end up in a worse place than you, and you came from a different place. It don't matter where we came from.
Okay. And then, so speaking of transitioning, okay. Do y'all think technology has affected our perspective in relationships? Like,
oh yes, because y'all let this internet get in between everything. Y'all let everybody, baby mamas and HOEs come in y'all's DMs and text y'all about y'all man, your woman, whatever. Who cares? That ain't got nothing to do with you. I'm big on what happened before me ain't got nothing to do with me. As long as it don't come with you while you with me, it don't have nothing to do with me.
So to you, it doesn't matter about necessarily their background, but if they let it go, they don't got baggage, then it's like.
Okay, so yes, tell me where you come from. I want to know what's happened in your past relationships and things like that. But if a girl come and hit me up on some what he did back then, what they got to do with me?
True. Because I'm not going to say, okay, I can see your perspective because I've seen it. I can speak this because I've seen it, especially with friends. Sometimes the dude going to do it for the right woman.
I've been on that.
I've seen, I'm not even going to say men. I've seen boys. I've seen be like, oh, well, she can get a 4 for 4 out of me. Real talk, a 4 for 4, that's all she can get. Then I've seen them get with the right woman. Oh, now it's helicopter rides and bouquet of roses.
Okay, I'll take
for the right woman and vice versa. But I'm just saying, for the right woman, baby, he gonna do it. So if he not doing it for you, just not the one. And we gotta stop being delusional. Oh, he gonna come around, baby. If he ain't came around already, he's not coming around because you're not the right one. And that's okay. It's nothing to do with you. It's everything to do with him.
And that's the thing, though. We tend to think it is us.
That is, yeah.
And we have to. I've been there too. We have to stop attacking ourselves. Is making ourselves feel like it must be me. I must be the problem. No, you're not. Because he don't want you or she don't want you, that's not your problem.
And you better
Yeah,
stop
it's
being
nothing
like,
to do with you.
oh, maybe I can fix him.
You-
Maybe I can do this.
Yes.
Or maybe if I just change myself a little
But
bit more
then you're
for
doing
him.
yourself a disservice because now you taking out all this time to try to fix them. What about you? You done messed out on fixing yourself.
Tight.
So now you 10 toes back and helped him get 10 toes ahead.
Mm-hmm. And now where you at?
Where you at?
No
Nowhere.
man. No man, like for real. But I honestly feel like with the whole technology, I feel like it's all fake AI, all that. Like people be posting all this stuff on social media, like it's all fake. What can you believe on social media?
I really feel like with social media, though, I feel like there's been, and I don't know, because I've seen this every single day on like the Shade Room or Spiritual World.
Gosh,
I feel like people overexpose their relationship, and it's like
overexposed.
I feel like we're dating them as well. Like
Right,
where's
literally-
the privacy in a relationship?
literally,
But y'all have to realize it's their money too. Like
True.
when it comes from being a celebrity and having those hierarchies, you have to live up to a standard. Like that's how they get that's how they pay their bills.
But I feel like there's a way to capitalize off being in a relationship without having to give so
to
much. For
compromise
example,
like morals and stuff.
Beyonce
Yeah.
and Jay-Z. You know Beyonce's whole persona during her first album was about love. We all knew she loved Jay-Z. They've been together for 20 plus years. She didn't share. We know nothing inside the relationship, but we know they had a love for each other. But it's like about how deep you go. Like nobody wants to know about.
Then
you
everybody
fucking
know
doing
what
this.
Lemonade was about.
Okay.
Exactly. Like it gets so deep into it. It's like, damn, I'm in a relationship too.
I just feel like it's no order and structure. Like I feel like people are like call it traditional, whatever, but like back then, because it wasn't technology like it is now, like it was just more order and structure in a relationship. Like if I'm in a relationship, there's no reason why my friends should know every problem I got going on with my man. To a certain extent, if you need advice, but at the end of the day, who in your house? For real, like who is in your house? Who is in your circle? Like if I'm going through a problem with my significant other, the whole world shouldn't know. Privacy, I feel like that's just a certain level of respect. Privacy is respect. Respect is privacy. Like I feel like that's something that should be like with you, your partner, and God. Honestly, like take it up with God. Like we missing God in the equation. Y'all so quick to I'm going to social media. He ain't nothing. He da da da. Maybe he would have went to God. Maybe he would have gave you the answers you needed.
I'm not missing out on God with mine. I'm telling you that right
Okay.
now. We're going to pray together because my love is so deep, whether it's friendship, relationship. If I love you, you know I love you. Because I'm 10 toes down. My love is untouched. Okay? You're going to feel my love from far. That's how deeply I love. And everybody can say that. Like, Ken loves I'm just a genuine person. And, you know, I just love endlessly. And, you know, that also can be my downfall too. I'll say that too. But I love endlessly. And when I tell you, when I love a person and I'm in love with that person, or just like I just feel this need of care, like I pray for them when I wake up, go to sleep. If I'm thinking about them and I feel like something's off, I'm praying right then. We're praying together. We're opening that Bible together. And we're going to grow together around God, because that is the only way we're going to stay together. Because yes, love never fails. That's how I feel. Love never fails. And as long as somebody has hope for their relationship, it's going to work. Whether it's now, in the future, it doesn't matter. Because as long as you have God and have that faith of a mustard seed.
Okay, because all the what he said. Come on.
Your relationship will work as long as both of you want it to work.
I feel that. I definitely feel that. Period. So going into like more of like our generation, because you know our generation can be very yeah. So do you think like women today, I would say, like, are being less ladylike? Do you think the men are being more sassy? What is sassy? Like, do you think it's too much stereotype on how a woman should act, how a man should act?
But hasn't it been that?
Ooh.
It's been that. We've been stereotyped.
You know, one thing that I also thought about was, you know, before social media was there, we weren't as present about certain things, and we were more closed off. Maybe because we have social media now, we're seeing things that we didn't see in the past.
Like, you have to realize we are changing. We are a changing generation over and over and over again. You got to think like our parents, they grew up with my wife at the house. She cooking and cleaning. That's her job. Taking care of the kids. That's her job. Then you got our parents we both working. We both gonna feed into this relationship. Let's show our kids that The woman can go out there and get a full-time job, take care of her kids, and do what she got to do. The man gonna help provide for the children, take care of the bills, and you share the things. And now, I think this generation, we be so up in the air, like we don't know if we want our woman to be in the house, be a housewife, or work, or you know, they're just confused. But the thing is, it shouldn't matter. What works for you in your relationship works for you in your relationship. But do I feel like we stand up for these stereotypes? Of course, because everybody wants to be like somebody instead of being like themselves.
Like, that's tea. I mean, that's tea.
I also feel like I don't even like the concept of like what's feminine and what's masculine. I definitely think
because if you call a man that knows how to treat a woman, they get laughed at sometimes by their bros. You know what I'm saying? Like, you really finna dip out for her, bro? Yes, I am.
And you stand
and that's
on
okay.
It. And you stand on it.
And that's okay, because sometimes your bro ain't gonna be there when you crying in my arms and you need me. You feel me?
And I feel like that also goes back to what you said earlier about trauma and men not being able to handle their emotions. It's things like this what keeps men closed off. Or like, I remember how like years ago and still now today, there was like this whole thing about like men doesn't wash their body correctly, men don't take a shower, men don't wash certain parts of the body because they think it's quote unquote gay. And it's just like a trauma response thing. I think it's disgusting.
Baby, you gonna scrub. I don't know what to tell you.
Please
I don't know what to tell you
of your body, because that is just
but yeah.
Foul.
like nasty. Like nasty. But I feel like we do use the word sassy a lot. We do. But we be sassy too. Like sometimes a man can just be sassy, like, oh, hold on, wait a minute. But it's just so much going on in the world, and it's just changing everybody's mindset. So that's gay or this is that, but it's really not. Like, it's just.
Yeah, I feel like it's just the perception. Like, people be perceiving. It's just.
Take it too far.
Just honestly, take it too far.
Yeah.
Take it too far.
But, okay. So, I wanted to ask you this on that.
Okay.
But, do you believe in second chances in a relationship? Or do you think certain actions can be changed?
Do I believe certain actions can be changed? Yes. Do I believe a person can change? Yes. Yes, I do.
So
yes,
you would go back to them if they cheated on you?
No. Oh, hold that thought. I do believe a person can change, but I
would.
I've done that though. I've been in a situation where I've gave that person chance after chance after chance, and you let me down every time. So that's why I'm so hesitant on letting a person come back. But I will say this: if we ended and you didn't cheat on me, but we ended on terms of cordialness and things like that, of course I'll let you back in if I feel like you're ready and serious about it.
I feel like, for me, this is the thing, like, and I feel like it comes to maturity, but I feel like when you ask questions like that, like, would you go back, people be so quick, girl, I would never doubt, girl, but you gotta understand, when you actually get put in that situation, because there's things I used to be like, oh, I would never do. I got in a relationship, okay, I might have let that slide. But it's different when you actually in that perspective. You know what I mean? So it's like, you never know what you really will do, because love is really it's a tangle. Love is
a drug.
Love is literally love will have you doing things that you would have never, like, what is this me? Like, right? What? Like, love is so dangerous. Like, it's a beautiful. No, don't get me wrong. Love is beautiful. But if you don't know what to do with that love, or if it's like not the right person, love, it's a tangle, and it's like you can't get out. It's like you knotted.
Love can hurt or kill.
Like, literally.
Right? What's even worse is when you love someone and it shows wrong timing.
And I feel like, because I know, like, I'm not gonna say it's not like y'all can't spin back and make it work, but I've seen it more oftentimes than none. Like, if it's just the wrong time, usually, like, it don't rekindle. Yeah. Like, it can, but sometimes, I mean, I've even like had, like, you know what I'm saying, relationship with somebody, and it's like, you know what, like, it's really just the wrong time, and it, like, hurts so bad, because it's like, I see it, but it's like, it's just the wrong time, and you can't, if it's not the right time, you just can't fight it. Like, you just gotta roll with it and take it.
Right person, wrong time.
Take it to the chin, because that's so real. That is so real.
I personally feel, for me though, I would go back. I was mainly talking from a cheating perspective. Actually,
cheating perspective, I don't think I could go back.
I think I can.
Cheating perspective,
because I've been in that situation. I've been there. I've been cheated on multiple times and let you back. I can't do it. Let me not say can't. I will not do it. Because at some point I have to stand up for myself and respect me. Because you cheat that one time, that's a mistake. You cheat twice, I'm starting to consider you doing this stuff on purpose because I'm letting you. And if I keep letting you come back, how does that make me?
He gonna do what you allow at the end of the day. A man is gonna do what you
So if someone cheated on you one time,
again, I can't really speak because I'm not in a situation. I mean, it's easy for me to sit here and be like, oh yeah, I'm leaving him. But like, if I was put in that situation and I never been through it, it's kind of hard for me to...
I feel like I would go back. I think
it's kind of hard to, you know what I'm saying, if you're not in that situation.
I feel like I know I'm sensitive. I'm internally sensitive. I'm not physically, but I'm internally sensitive.
How many times you gonna go back?
Oh, no. It's just one and done.
One and done.
So you believe a person can change? I feel like...
Oh, now that's a whole different conversation. A person can change because you're going to change within the relationship. And then that's another conversation. Are you willing to stay with me as we change?
True.
Because a lot of people like to throw this we grow apart thing.
So do you think
how our grandparents stay together this long? 50 years of marriage, 35 years plus of marriage.
True.
They change over time.
True.
They stuck by their spouse 10 toes down, but now we be so easy to throw our hands up because it's getting hard. You don't do that on the person that you love. If you love them, whether it's hard or not, you gonna stand 10 toes behind them, and that's that on that. And I'm gonna be 10 toes on that.
I think the problem,
I'm not gonna give up on mine.
It's like I know that's right, but I feel like our generation, though, like, and I say this all the time, cause like when I'm talking to like somebody trying to get to know you, the first thing I'm gonna ask you, okay, like, what do you look for? What things are important to you? If you ask me, I'm gonna say communication is number one. Like, it can be so simple, but I feel like people just overcomplicate it. I feel like our communication doesn't know... Our communication? Wait, hold on. Our generation don't know how to communicate. And again, it could be like due to trauma, baggage, whatever you want to say. But I just feel like we not sitting down and being able to have an adult conversation about how you feel. All you can give me is I'm okay, I'm good. Like, that's it. How do you expect us to grow? Right. Like, you running from the uncomfortable conversations, but at the end of the day, how can you grow in a comfortable environment? You can only be comfortable so long. So, like, you're going to have those conversations if you want to grow with me. If I'm going to grow with you, I'm not going to be with you and you can't tell me why you're upset, why you're having a bad day. How can we grow? Let's be for real. Like, it'd be cute. Oh, he's taking me on a date. He's doing this. He buying me this. But what about your emotional availability? Are you emotionally available? You can be available financially for me, but babe, if you're not there for me emotionally, mentally, what can I do with you? And that's real. But people are not ready to have that conversation. Like,
you're right.
Emotional maturity, because y'all really at 4 with emotional maturity. But y'all want to be 40 and grown. Ooh. But y'all really 4 mentally and emotionally. Because y'all can't even... Like, what? Like, let's really talk...
Baby, she is coming for y'all next.
Like, you really got 2 ages. Like, honestly, like, let's really... Them pockets is deep, but you can't get
Baby,
deep.
I'm just telling you right now, them comments gonna come out.
And I'm going to try every single one.
I hope you do.
Because we can go toe to toe in the comments. Chat GBT.
I don't like them on the left.
Oh, okay.
And I'll be like,
inverted. I'm like,
no, because it does. But you are exactly right. Like, a relationship is not just physicality or give me this and give me that. That's high school. We're not there
like
anymore.
Literally high school. Like,
we're not
literally
there anymore. We should be dating to marry.
And that's
or even not marry, like dating to stay together. Because I feel like now, but with this generation, we be so scared to throw that M word out there and be scared to add your name, change your name, and it's just like, oh my God, it's gonna go so differently. Like, I don't get why people feel like things have to change when you put a title on it, because it really doesn't. Like, just because you act like what we were doing before in the talking stage, the only thing that should cut off is the things that you was doing that I didn't need to know about. Because you decided that it's just going to be me and you. What's the difference when you put that with a ring on it?
What if they feel like it's control?
Why are you with somebody you feel like is controlling you though?
I think people are just scared of the commitment, like especially with the marriage thing. Cause I feel like this, like if I'm dating, like I'm 20 years old, I'm not dating with the intent, oh, I'm just trying to date them for a year. Like honestly, being realistic, if I'm dating you, it's for marriage. I'm not dating to be dating. Why am I'm wasting my time. I'm wasting, baby. Time goes by too quick. It's already made, pretty much. Like, so no, I'm dating to marry. So I don't see why. I think it's just a commitment thing. People be like, okay, to be like, it already be a commitment thing when it comes to even just being boyfriend, girlfriend. Y'all want to talk and be in a talking stage for a year.
And then let's talk about being in that talking stage, and then they just automatically think that you're supposed to know that y'all are together.
How I say is 3 months is enough to get to know somebody. Like,
it don't take that long.
Like, for me, it takes 3 months.
Like, I can see the perspective of it takes 3 months, but then again, it's like, you know if you want to go further with something. Like, I don't think it take 3 months for you to be like, okay, I want you to be my girlfriend. It take 3 months?
It does.
You think so?
It does.
3 months?
I didn't realize that until...
Actually, no. You can't put a time.
But I guess everybody different, because I mean...
I was like speaking more generally speaking though, because like from what I've been through in the past, I was more of like, oh, I knew I wanted you, but coming from the other person's perspective, I have to remember I'm not as experienced when it comes to relationship. So someone having baggage or trauma from the last person, they might want to hold off and get to know and scope the scenery out for a couple minutes, for a couple months. Yeah. For me, it's like
But we're not doing a year.
Oh no.
No.
4 is pushing it already.
I just don't.
A year?
I'm just saying a year of talking.
A year?
What else are we talking about? A, B, C, D, please. Like, you know me.
You just ducked a third of my life off. Like,
but you know what, y'all? This might sound contradicting, but I will say love doesn't have a timestamp. Figuring out somebody doesn't have a timestamp. Like, you'll get so caught in the good times and everything's just beautiful the way it is in a way. So it's just like you get somewhat sidetracked on, and then you catch yourself like, whoa, we really have been doing this for this long. So like when it's been going so good, sometimes you just be like, why change it?
Okay, I can get that. Yeah. I can get that. I mean, I feel like everybody's different, but every like relationship you come across is going to be different. Like what I might do for this person is different, but I would just say what I've seen in this generation, people will use, oh, I'm talking, trying to get to know you, as a trap to just not put a title on it.
Oh, and speaking of that as well,
that's what I mean from like when I say, oh, like a year is too long, like because people use that, and you talking for a year, 2 years, oh yeah, we cool though, but I'm just not ready yet to put, but I still, you cool though.
Okay, and let's say that you're already
I'm too old for you, like cool though, I know I'm cool,
relationship and all that. This is another question I always wanted to ask too as well. Is it okay to have an open relationship? Do you want to be a monogamous or do you want to be a poly?
Next question, please.
I don't share.
I'm not sharing. I'm sorry. Baby, I barely like to share a daycare, and they knew that. They knew that. Don't ask me for no, I'm sorry.
Because I feel like that's another thing.
No shade, no tea.
I know, it's all shade over here.
Okay.
Because I feel like for me,
I can't.
You want an open relationship?
Oh no! I said all shade over here because No. Because I don't understand. I feel like that whole like standpoint came from social media, or like y'all.
That's not of God. I'm sorry. That's just not what. If we going like honestly, it's man, woman. It's not old man and 5,000 wives. I'm just saying, for me, my perspective. I just feel like that's just not how it is.
I feel like having your cake and eat it too. Yeah,
it's just like you're opening yourself up to too many people. Like I feel like when you're in a relationship, y'all become one. How can y'all become one when there's 5 people? You can't become one, and then it'd be like, oh, well, he's my man, but he's a man to 5 other people, but I can't talk to. That's weird. Now he's one with 5 people, and you're just.
And have y'all heard of Soultie?
And baby, oh, but
and y'all wonder
people don't want to talk about that.
And
people don't want to talk about
why
Soultie.
y'all depressed, mentally, physically, and emotionally. You wonder why you're always in bed sleeping 24/7.
Because Because baby, soul ties is real. Soul ties will attack you, okay? I'm just saying.
No, because people like, no.
So what is the proper definition of a soul tie?
Okay.
He's ready.
Let's y'all get okay. Give it to me, Bookie, because I'm ready to hear it.
The definition of a soul tie.
Not saying I don't know, but I just
yeah, you be wanting to hear it.
The definition of a soul tie is being connected with somebody. You could be connected with somebody. That's why, like, God always says, do not have sex before marriage, because what if y'all don't end up working? So let's say you're with somebody and it doesn't end up working. You've already built a connection with somebody.
Even I don't know about you, even
but
if you
like,
don't want to.
we're all grown. We all done what we done in life. But when you feel connected to somebody, trying to let go feels like the end of the world. That's a soul tie. And
that was the thing with your soul. Like, that's a different type of tie. Like, you can try to connect, like disconnect, like, mentally, but your soul connect. Which is why you baby, your soul is so deep. Like, that's something you can't play with.
You have to literally go to church.
Like, you have to no, you gotta take it up with him to even try to deconnect that. Because the thing is, I feel like people in our generation, mind you, do what you do, get it how you live. I don't get it like that. But you wanna sleep around do every weekend after, you know what I'm saying, all this, but you getting all these soul ties, not even trying to disconnect from none of them. Now you a mess, wondering why you got all these emotions and you all over the place because you got all this stuff that you ain't working on.
Even though, like, even if you just said that, those type of people that do stuff like that, look at their lifestyle. Is their lifestyle? Is their lifestyle?
I'm just saying. The person all that in the sadness just ain't come out of nowhere. Like, I'm just saying, you gotta deal with that.
The same way whenever you're in a relationship with somebody and you guys decide to have kids and stuff like that, you know how, like, the dad also feels emotions as well, just as much as the woman? You think that's just something random? It's all connected.
Because y'all are connected. You know.
Alright. You know? I hate to do this to you, though.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
We're going to have to put you into the hot seat real quick. The hot seat.
We love doing a little hot seat, you know, just to, you know,
the hot seat.
It's just a little hot seat. There's nothing crazy. Like, it's just like, quick. It's cute.
I don't think I'm about to.
No, it's okay. Okay. So, first question. Okay. Cool, and we're just all transparent here. It's unfiltered. Like, it's whatever. Like, it's whatever. Okay. So, you on a first date. You vibing. It's cool. He, you know, looking good, smelling good, money breaks. Just everything's good vibes.
Everything went right.
So, like, do you think, like, okay, giving it up on the first date is cool? No. Okay, period. That was just really quick. That was just really quick. It's a little fast, bro. Okay, period. No. Because I know some people be like, oh, well, if
no, I'm not saying nothing's wrong with it.
Yeah, like, nothing.
But
like,
I'm not going to do
get
that.
Get it how you live. I just don't get it like that. But, like,
no.
Me, I need to.
She's very delicate.
She's delicate.
Or
right?
how about, okay, so.
Yeah.
You on a date with somebody, you just chilling, vibing, and they hit you with the question, I do have 5 kids. But
Can't
with the
do it.
wait, damn. but only one baby mother. Just one.
Or what if they have a kid? What if they have a kid?
What if they have at least like 1 or 2 kids, but they're all with the same mom?
One, we can talk about it. When it starts to get like multiple, yeah,
kids,
like y'all, no, because that's actually scary. Like
stepmom,
you a stepmom.
Because one day you probably gonna wake up next to me in bed and be like, I want to be with my family.
Ooh,
that's a good. Because they love that baby.
Like, this is not a dog or something like that. But don't get me wrong, because dogs, baby, they just say the same way, baby. You get it too. But them kids, they're like, you can go to court about. And I don't want to put myself in that. I don't want to have to deal with baby mama drama. I've always said that for myself.
That's what I feel. Because even if, say, she a cool baby mama, at the end of the day, you always going to have to deal with that baby mama.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to go on a trip with him and say he was supposed to watch the kids, now you got to deal with her. She always going to be in the mix. So it's like, you always going to have the connection to her in some sense.
But I will say this. Now, I believe you can trust some relationships where it's just strictly that. Dropping the kid off.
Yeah, for sure.
That, nothing else, nothing less. And if it's that, that's good. And I applaud that. And I will agree with that. But for me, when you have multiple children by one woman, you at some point had to been considering this is the woman for me. And one day, that the scariest thing that will always be on my mind is one day you gonna wake up and want to go be with your family.
Falling out of love.
And honestly, if you fall out of love with somebody, was it real? You don't stop loving nobody.
I feel like, I was gonna say, I've have heard like falling out of love, but I agree. Like, if you fall out of love, like, was it love? I feel like
you might lose.
I feel like you can like lose love, but I feel like even if you're not in love with that person, you will always love that person. Because I can have love for you, but I'm not in love with you. But I love you. Like, the feelings still, especially, you know what I'm saying? Especially if you were connected to that person in a way like that. It's like, I still got them feelings. It just don't go away. You can say, if him, da-da-da. You still got some type of, you know what I'm saying? You still got some type of.
You're crying in the bed now.
Right? Right?
It's okay.
Okay, so when it comes to men, okay, because, you know, when it comes to conversations about money and, like, what a dude do, that's a big thing. So, is it okay if he say he's providing for you, you know, he saves money, but he works at, like, say, Sonic or, like, McDonald's?
I'm sorry.
Why are you laughing?
I'm saying, like, I'm
trying to be for real right now.
Okay, let's rewind.
So how do we feel about that? McDonald's.
Is he working? But wait, is he like working towards like, is he working towards like education and stuff like that? Like,
or is this like he might be in school.
He's in school, like he's in.
Yeah, like he's in
I
school.
can't hold that against you. When I was in my undergrad, I worked at Chick-fil-A, like. But I would say this: if you are working at McDonald's and you're trying to get you are pursuing your degree, I'm not gonna hold it against you. You providing for me, that's fine. You working at okay, I worked at Chick-fil-A. Like, what? You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna hold that against you. However, if you was a no good person, just working around here flipping burgers and you just don't want to get out your mama crib and stuff, like can't do it. I would even date SpongeBob. SpongeBob had his whole house to himself. He did what he wanted to do. He was happy-go-lucky and happy with his life and provided for Sandy and Patrick.
Period.
That's a real friend.
Okay,
that is me.
Kind of the same topic. Okay, so what if he has a job, he doesn't have a car?
Okay.
Is that cool? Like,
yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Let me tell you why.
Okay.
I think for me, and I think it all comes from perspective coming from where I grew up from struggle. That's just how I grew up from. And me working my way up, I don't want to see myself go back down. I feel like I'm kind of lowering myself to kind of fit the both of us. I don't want to go back down. Like, I want to, if I'm going to meet somebody, I need someone to meet me almost at the standard where I'm at so we can just both build from that standpoint and up. I don't want to go back down.
I get that. But what if they're working, like, what if they're in the works of getting a car? And they literally are on their own and have to provide for everything for themselves. So you can only, if you've been providing for yourself, you can only, like, do one thing at a time.
What I would say is don't get into a relationship if you can't provide for yourself in the next.
That is true.
That's true. That's true.
That's just how I've always been that way. It's just like, if you can't provide for yourself times 2, don't do it.
Yeah.
True.
Yep.
Because then you added
more.
Like, add more stress to yourself and the person in the relationship. It's just like, what?
Because you're gonna get there, but like, don't try to put on too much.
Because at the end of the day, when you're in a relationship, you're spending money. Just be realistic.
Now you spending.
You don't have to, but you're spending.
But
money,
you're gonna spend money.
Oh yeah, because I spoil. That's my problem. I go in the store and I be like.
Because I'm quick to make a gift basket.
Or something. Okay. I'm quick
Get
to.
Get well soon.
Yeah.
You feeling?
You know it. You know. Period. Okay, so the time is come a little thin, right? But we know you got degrees up. Degrees up.
Degrees.
Okay,
so
she had
true.
to correct me earlier. Okay.
I do. I have an associate's,
but I
a bachelor's, and a master's. I'm working on my
Period.
Doctor.
So with that being said, you know, me and Davon, we're currently in the works of getting our bachelor's.
Okay.
You know?
I'm so proud of y'all for that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
But what advice would you give to us or just anybody watching? Because there are like a lot of college students who watch. So like, what would be your advice giving somebody who, you know, has so many accolades, you know, we're on the way to getting where you're at?
Yeah.
Okay. Advice as in continuing your education.
Yeah,
advice
like continuing
being in
education,
school.
way to like
Yeah.
push through school, like.
Okay. My first thing, and I'm gonna look directly in the camera when I say this. Make sure you're doing it for yourself. Because when you do it for you, nothing else matters. Because at the end, you can say, I'm proud of myself. And to keep going is a want. You have to make a want in your head or make you think like, I deserve this. This will make me proud. But then again, I also have a background, you know, it's already known. I lost my mom. So I'm doing all of this without my birth mom. I'm not saying I don't have a mother figure, you know, but I'm doing this all without my birth mom. And it's not just that I'm doing it for her. I'm also doing it for me. I'm doing it for us. Because her life got cut short in her 20s. I'm going to live past mine. And I'm going to continue to live for her because I know she's looking down on me, and I have to remind myself that because it's actually hard getting all these degrees and she's not here physically.
Yeah,
it really is. So it's very important that you keep motivating yourself and have a bubble or a circle that is going to motivate you. There should not be somebody in your circle that stands still. Everybody should be motivating everybody. Everybody should be wanting to get somewhere. So my advice to you all is to stand down on what you want. Believe in yourself. It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard. You're going to cry sometimes. You're going to want to give up sometimes. But you should have a circle to where you should be able to call them and be like, I don't want to do this no more. Somebody please remind me of why I want to do this. And they should be able to tell you why. Because I'm not going to lie to y'all. I text my group chat and said, somebody please remind me why I signed up for this doctor. Somebody please. And my roommate said, because this is something that you put forth for you to do, and I know you're going to be able to do it. And I have kept going. Like, I haven't gave myself a break. You know, some people take breaks, and that's fine. Do what you got to do. But I knew for me, I wanted to go ahead and get it done. Because the plan is to be a doctor by 25, and I will be there.
Okay.
So keep your head straight. Keep your head up. You're gonna have downs. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. It's gonna be hard out here. But as long as you stay motivated and stay with God, stay prayed up, keep your head up, and stay true to yourself, you're gonna be just fine.
I love that.
You're gonna be just fine. And while you're doing it, you're in your 20s. Make sure you're still living. Like I don't have to live. Yes, like you do not have to have this robotic old life. Like that's not it. Like enjoy it because you don't get these years back. Yeah. Like take every small accomplishment and celebrate it.
The last question that I wanted to ask was, because it's kind of scary to think, like we grow up in high school, you know, where it's graded, you know, K through 12, and then it's college, and it's like after that, what's life like after college? Like, what are you pursuing? What are you getting into?
What is life like afterwards?
It's like, does life stop? Like, what are you supposed to do? You like
no,
work
it doesn't stop at all. Life never is gonna stop. Time doesn't stop for no man, no one. It's not gonna stop. That's when you have to choose to live for you, or you're gonna keep living for somebody else. And you want to take these trips and do it. You want to wake up in the middle of the night and be like, let's go to Chicago. Do it. Because when you start having kids and get settled down, now you got to think about somebody else you got to take care of. Like, oh, I can't get in the car and do this with my friends no more. Like, I can't do this. I can't do that. But it's scary because change is scary. Growth is scary. But, like, are you going to let this stop you?
Are you going to
You got to embrace the challenge.
Or are you going to jump out on faith and trust God?
Always on faith.
Because if you are a child of God, life is not going to be easy. Because that devil is going to keep on trying you every day.
As he said, we live in a broken
at
world.
every stage.
Because he is here to kill, steal, and destroy.
At any given opportunity.
And any given opportunity. But as long as you have God on your side, you will always prevail. Okay? Because, baby, it was one time I shouted. And I said, devil, you better leave me alone. Because that's the Lord right there. Okay?
Okay, I know that's right.
Because I had literally had someone tell me, what was it, yesterday, I think? That they were proud of me and I was an inspiration to them, and it made me cry because I have just been, not gonna lie, I've been down, you know, just trying to figure out life, like what's the next step, because it is scary not knowing. But when you are with God, not knowing is Him figuring it out for you. And that is so hard for me because I always have a plan. I always have a plan. So this is the first time I don't have a job right now, and it's just like, what you doing?
You know, it's crazy. We're both in the same perspective because I just quit my job 2 days ago.
Did you quit on faith because you felt like you needed to, or did you just quit because you was tired of it?
It was a little bit of both.
Okay.
And I'm going to be transparent. I did cry. I was crying last night,
Well, you
too.
quit your job.
I did. See? I did.
This is news.
I did. I did quit on it. And then I cried because I was like, oh my goodness. I've always been the one to step out on faith, but it's like, like you actually got to do it.
Like you got to do it. Like you got to trust the faith now. And that is the scariest part.
Walking.
But I promise you, everything happens for a reason.
It'll be the best thing you've ever done.
And it'll come when you least expect it.
Because if you put,
and then you start noticing things, and you're like, oh, this the timeline. Now it's starting to make sense.
Everything fall into place when it
right, because my dream job is to be an academic advisor for athletics. It's always been that. But when I've been in this time period of trying to find these big girl jobs, I lost track of that. And God had to bring me back. He did. And He changed me getting closer to God, changed my mindset around. It made me remember why I wanted to get all these degrees. Because how can I push these people or these students or somebody's kids to keep going to get their education, and I didn't push myself to my full max?
True.
Because you got a lot of those people who are athletes just out there just getting degrees to get degrees because they think they're going to make it to the league. Not saying you're not, but not everybody makes it. So now that you have this degree, what you going to do with it? And some of them be getting degrees and stuff they don't even care about. So now you waking up unhappy in life. And as a black woman and black men out here and black athletes, we need to care more about our education. We need to care more about the next steps that we take.
For sure.
And it's very important.
Not saying not follow your dream, but it's like,
oh, please follow your dreams, but make sure you have a plan in order to pursue your dreams and accomplish all your goals. And
what
have a
happens
backup.
afterwards? Because nobody's going to be in
always-
the NFL when they're 50. What are you going to do afterwards?
Backups are important, even after your dream. Like, backups not always just for, if I so-called don't make my dream, or if I so-called fail, but what is failing? But having a backup is just, okay, well, after my dream, like, what am I going to do? When I'm 60, 70, okay, like, again, you're not going to be playing football. Like, what you going to do?
What are you going to do?
You can't afford it.
You know? So, having that plan, knowing your why. Like, that's important.
Yeah,
like
why
said,
are you doing this?
Not just for other people, but for you. What is your why? I feel like that's a good question people don't just sit and dwell on. Why am I doing this? Why did I choose to do this? Why did I choose to wear this today? Why did I choose to leave at this time? Why did I choose this? We don't pay attention to the small things, but it's like, why do I do it?
You know, it's crazy. You would never think, and I still graduated on time. I changed my major 5 times in my undergrad. I did. And that's okay. And I thought, like, my master's is my backup plan. Because my dream job is athletics, academic advising. I can do that. I have all the experience that I have, and I have, like, everything that I need. But, like, when I retire, I could go get me an administration job somewhere. Because I just know me, I get bored sitting around the house. If I'm not traveling, I'm going to get bored. Just make sure you know your why and your reasoning behind everything you're doing. Because having a why is very important, because just getting a degree just to get one is... Some people do it, but I feel like you could be doing something more. But then also when you're in touch with God, you'll start to feel like this is the path for me. Because you start learning the qualities that God has put in you to do his work.
True. I feel like that why is just your motivation. Or like, if it wasn't, let it be your motivation now. Because that's going to be a constant reminder in your head, like, this is so hard. I don't even know why I'm doing. And it's like, oh, I know why I'm doing it. Okay, now I'm finna go 10 times harder.
For those who don't really know what they want to do in college, what I will always say is start with your passion. What is something you really, really love doing, and then hone on it, and then just keep working towards it. That'll turn to something. You'll never know.
And it's okay if you don't know. Like, I feel like it's such a pressure put on people. Like, oh my gosh, like, you 20, you don't know what you want to do. You in college, you don't know. That's a big decision. Like, what you want to do, like, okay, like, let's get to figuring out what at least we like to do. But, like, if you don't know exactly what you want to do, like, that's okay. Like, again, like you say, you changed your major license. I know people who have changed their majors so many times. Like, it's going to happen. You're going to go in between choices trying to figure out what's the best for you. You're going to figure it out. Like, God makes no mistakes. So you might feel like you're confused in this season of just confusion. I don't know. But God knows. You just have to trust him that he knows, that you know, that you know that he knows. And you're going to get there. So just continue walking on that faith and using that why as a reason to keep on moving. But I guess with that being said, this concludes this episode of Unfiltered with Robin and Davon. So I guess we'll see you guys next Wednesday for another episode.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Wow.
No bar.
No bar.